Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Sarah, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to prevent chafing, especially during the summer where it's so hot and I live in Texas, so it's super humid. It is so difficult and so annoying dealing with chafing. So I wanted to share some tips that I've incorporated in my everyday life that has really helped prevent it from happening, but also helping treat it whenever it does occur. So for those of you that don't know what chafing is, it's pretty much when your skin tends to rub against each other repeatedly. So if you wear shorts, like could be your inner thighs, it could be under your arms, especially during an extended period of time of that repeated movement or friction, especially mixed in with sweat, and if your skin is just moist, that is a recipe for chafing. And chafing is like a rash, it could be bumpiness, it could just be irritated skin that you notice in those areas that have a lot of that friction. So if you know you're gonna be sweating for an extended period of time, I do highly recommend you make sure those areas that are prone to chafing, whether it be your inner thighs, your armpits, make sure that those areas stay as dry as possible because that will help prevent the chafing. A way to think about chafing is your skin's barrier is impaired. So with that repeated friction and rubbing of the skin mixed in with sweat, which can be an irritant, that will cause your barrier to get disrupted. The main objective when it comes to chafing is locking in that moisture and helping repair your barrier. You want to keep those areas dry. So a huge tip that I also hear about that people like to incorporate is using baby powder, some kind of baby powder in those areas before you start sweating to keep it dry. If you can help it, changing into dry clothes whenever you're sweating. If you work out and you're in those sweaty clothes for a long time, like hours after your workout, that is going to cause you to chafe. So if you can help it, bring a spare set of clothes, new underwear. Like if you feel like you just sweat a lot and it gathers in your underwear, there's just a lot of moisture, bring just a spare set of undies. That will also help. At night, what I really love using is Vaseline or the CeraVe healing ointment, which is pretty much the same thing. It just has a few more ingredients that personally I like and prefer to use compared to Vaseline. It has hyaluronic acid, I do believe, and especially since I live in a humid environment, hyaluronic acid is a humectant. It's gonna draw in all that moisture to my skin, and it's really gonna help heal my barrier. And I'm telling you, once I incorporated these steps of keeping those areas dry, bringing a spare set of clothes, using the CeraVe healing ointment at night, the next day the bumps were gone, my skin wasn't irritated anymore. It was just such a relief because chafing is so inconvenient and stubborn, but I'm so glad that those tips really helped heal my skin. And all the products that I mentioned will be listed down below in the description box for y'all to take a look at. Those are just some of my simple tips when it comes to helping prevent and treat chafing. The biggest takeaway is really understanding that chafing occurs because your skin barrier is impaired. That repeated friction and rubbing in those moist areas is just a recipe for chafing. During the summer months, it is so imperative that we try to prevent it. But yeah, I hope that these tips helped any of y'all who have been struggling with chafing. I recently started experiencing that on my inner thighs and it's been so annoying to deal with. So I hope that this helped any of y'all. Comment down below if you have any extra tips or products that you like to use to help with chafing. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and please stay tuned. I post every single Monday.